Oh my goodness, you guys. This is absolutely devastating news. Not just for Golden State Warriors fans, but for fans of the NBA in general. Heck, even if you're not a sports fan, this is terrible news. So, as you can read by the title, KLAY Thompson just suffered an Achilles tear. So let's go ahead and talk about what this means for KLAY Thompson. Let's talk about what this means for the Golden State Warriors. And let's talk about what this means for the NBA as a whole. So let's go ahead and start off with KLAY Thompson. As you guys all know, unless you're brand new to being an NBA fan, KLAY Thompson missed all of last season because in the previous finals, KLAY Thompson tore his ACL. So for those who may not know, an ACL injury is going to have someone out for the better half of a year. And in KLAY's case, it kept him out the entire year. Now, we were hearing rumors that he was walking, running, starting to do light workouts, but there was no reason for him to come back last season because the Warriors weren't going to compete for anything anyway. So a lot of Warrior fans and a lot of NBA fans, myself included, we were just waiting for KLAY and Steph to get back to 100% so that this upcoming season they could really compete for a title and they were going to have a really high draft pick. As you all saw, they were able to draft James Wiseman yesterday. So now let me catch you up to speed. Early yesterday morning, there was a report that KLAY Thompson suffered a lower leg injury. A lot of people were speculating that it was an Achilles tear, but obviously we were all hoping that it was nothing major. And now just a couple minutes ago, ladies and gentlemen, Adrian Wojnarowski broke the news online saying that KLAY Thompson suffered an Achilles tear. So for those who may not be aware, an Achilles tear is by far the worst injury a basketball player can suffer from. An Achilles tear is what Kevin Durant just missed all of last season with. So what does this mean for KLAY Thompson? Unfortunately, it means he is going to miss another season. Now, will we see KLAY Thompson in the playoffs? I have no idea. I'm not his doctor and I don't have enough information to speak on that. But what I do know is this man is in the middle of his prime and he is being robbed of 2 years of prime time. It doesn't matter how much money he's getting paid. No real basketball player wants to miss any time on the court, especially during their prime. So this is absolutely heartbreaking news. Now let's go ahead and talk about the Golden State Warriors and what this means for them. Now, I know that I'm showing Steph Curry highlights and not KLAY Thompson highlights. For some reason, the NBA copyright claims me whenever I show KLAY highlights and not Steph. So I apologize for that, but whatever. So what does this mean for the Warriors? Now, we know they're getting Stephen Curry back, and they just got a very good draft pick in James Wiseman. James Wiseman is going to fit into their system very nicely, and I think he's one of the key pieces that they really needed. However, everything changes now that they're not going to have their co-star in KLAY Thompson. So does this affect the Warriors' chances of winning a championship? Absolutely. They already had a pretty decent chance with Steph and KLAY coming back. Their chances weren't as high as they were back 4 or 5 years ago when they had all their depth, but we can't act like they didn't have a chance with Steph, KLAY, James Wiseman, and any other moves they might make. But now that they're not going to have KLAY, then yeah, it's pretty obvious that their chances are not as high as they once were. And what does this mean for the rest of the NBA? It means that it's one team that is not as competitive anymore as they would have been. And like I said, this does not mean that the Warriors can't compete for a championship. It just means that their chances obviously aren't as good as they would have been with KLAY still being around. So once again, this is really devastating news, not only for Warriors fans, but for sports fans as a whole, and just anyone who cares about KLAY Thompson. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, hit subscribe if you're new, and comment your thoughts down below. I want to know what you all think of this entire situation. I wish KLAY Thompson a speedy recovery, I really do. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time there's some news to talk about. I am out of here.